coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Stafford going to throw from the outset. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And he will not make it. They stop him short of the first down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And he's got it down to the 28.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Geno. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Now Geno on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. A first run now for Kyren Williams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw, Stafford. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Now they're going to try this again. It's another fake. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. Well, sometimes the fake punts work out. They're fun, and you're so smart for doing it. And sometimes, Charles, what happens is an epic fail, and what we just saw was an epic fail.
And you're right about that, because the key here is the element of surprise. You have to catch a defense completely unaware that this might happen, this might occur. Unfortunately, somehow they tipped it off, or they were just well coached and on their toes.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Smith. Has it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 23. To the air again, Smith. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. Touchdown! Jackson Smith and Jigba. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good to make it 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Now they'll send Kupp in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Now a 2nd and 10. Now a play fake it at Stafford. This one swung out to Williams. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. 3rd and 7 now.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest at first half, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Touchdown, Rams. DeMarcus Robinson, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 15 now. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it Down by 2 scores. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf.
But defensively, they're doing everything they can to protect this early lead after giving up a touchdown on their last drive.
So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And the half will begin with a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Smith now to throw. Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Stafford. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He'll get this complete to Whittington. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And it's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on first and goal.
On second down, Williams. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Kyron Williams taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Rams are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back to Walker on first down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Smith's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 25-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Noah Fant, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks have extended their lead to 15 now here in the fourth. They motion the running back out left. Gino's going to throw. It's complete, and he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11, 1st down. To throw is Stafford. That'll be caught by Cup, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
And they'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. He's across midfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10. Smith throwing again. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And that is no good. And the lead will stay put at 17. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Now it's Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A. Now Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal Throwing is Stafford. This is caught. Touchdown. Puka Nacua. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point forthcoming. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. From the end zone, here comes Jalen Darden. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Well, trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. Now Smith. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the victory here for Seattle. And we talk